market update here on the 20th. I'm going to be going over an alt count on Bitcoin. So I've been going over the bullish scenario, and that's what I originally was favoring. I think that it's about 50-50 here. We'll go over the dollar. I'll go over Solana. So let's just start off here on the longer term time frame for Bitcoin. This, in my opinion, is WX. We have a move from 2015 to 2017. This takes less time, so it's WX, only retraces the 0.38 fib. Then we get 5 waves here. So if this is a WX move right here, then we are looking at a Y wave that already started from right here. But if this is 5 waves and this is A, then that means the B wave has got to last as long as the A wave. And honestly, I had this originally. I don't know why I switched to the bullish scenario came from looking at this as a nested move, and then the dollar being bearish. But this took about 2.5 years, and this only took about a year and a half. So with that being said, if this is an ABC move, or if it's ABC move, it can be 5 waves, then it can be 3 waves, and it can be 5 waves. But if it's WXY, it has to be an ABC move for the W wave, and this is 5 waves. So we know that this is definitely an A wave. And then the B wave's got to last as long as the A wave. It does not. This move right here does not last as long as this move. So with all that being said, that would mean that this move couldn't technically be the start of a C wave. It would have to be the start of a X wave or a B wave within a B wave. So with that being said, looking at this a little bit more in depth, and I'm not necessarily, I'm still looking at potentially the impulse move. I'm just showing you that this is possible as well. We did hit the 1.61 fib on Bitcoin here at 48,000, and this hits the 1.61 fib perfectly, and it stays right inside the parallel line. So I'm very cautious here for this to be a X wave, because this took about a year and a half. This only took about a year and 2 months. It's still possible, though, where this could end up being, it could be a WXY move within itself. So this could be a B wave or an X wave within itself, but more than likely it's probably finished if it is the bearish case. So WX, that means you'd be looking at an ABC move down. This would end up probably going to somewhere down in this region right here. I'd be looking for around like 12K. Sometime in August. So 12K in August. And this can be completely disconnected from the stock market. I mean, right now it's going with the stock market, but I mean, normally it doesn't, but there's a chance that this starts selling off and we don't see that same movement in the stock market. So just to be clear, this is one of the alt counts right here, and it actually looks like it's kind of likely, in my opinion. But again, on the dollar, I'm bearish, so it's kind of in a spot where it could go either way. And I'm watching this move from the very bottom as well, still, for the potential of this being what I originally had. 1, 2, we're in a 3rd wave. And then this is an impulse nested move. So what is the determining factor is basically the point of this video, I guess, would be what would determine which one is correct. Well, I would normally say this corrective move is very bullish, but if we're working with the WXY move, the Y wave can be, the A wave of the Y wave can be a corrective move. So we can start off like this, and then we can do, that all the way down to 28,000, and then we could bounce this, and then maybe eventually down here to 12,000. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bullish just because we're getting that corrective move. So the determining factor on this is going to be, are we going to break below about 33,000? So 36 to 39 is the target for a fourth wave. And then of course we break into 31,000, then of course this is completely finished. So that's the ultimate invalidation level right here, 31,000. But if we broke below this right here, this area right here, 36,000 or so, and let's say we come down here to 34, I would say it's very likely that the bearish scenario is playing out. If we come out here like I thought we were going to originally, we do this, and we do this, and come down here into March, like 36, 37,000, and then we get an impulse move, then I'm sticking with my bullish scenario of hitting 70 to 80K probably by the summertime. So those are the two scenarios. On the structure wise, I would say the bearish one makes the most sense, but I'm watching my original count, which is the impulse move higher, and we'll see which one happens. The dollar, let's just go over the invalidation level for the dollar for this move down. So this is one of the reasons I favored the bullish scenario. We have A down, which took about 4 months. And then we have this, which took about 8 months. That's 12 months total. This would probably complete sometime in April to June. And obviously, if that happens, Bitcoin is going to be on its way up to 70 to 80K. The alt count on this and the invalidation on this move is above 107.35. The alt count would be A, B, and we'd be in a C wave potentially. And maybe this comes all the way up here to like 109, 110. Because this took about 9 months to get from the start of A to the bottom of B is about, is it 9 months? Yeah. No, 10 months. Yeah, 10 months to get there. So it would take about 5 months to get up here to C. That would take us probably into like July or August. It'd be just like that. And then we would get this move down. So this is the alt count. That's the bearish count for if Bitcoin goes down a bunch. That would be bearish for stocks for the next like 6 months too. I don't like it because it kind of invalidates all my counts on all my charts. So I think that it's very unlikely for stocks. I still think that this count is probably the most likely, but I'm watching this count. One thing that makes it more likely is where we're at on the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we are at the very bottom of 2 standard deviations, but I don't know. That doesn't really matter. It matters to an extent, but you can see we went way above it. So we can easily come back down here in April, May, and hit 92 and come a little bit lower than that, and then we can shoot up here afterwards. So that's the bearish and the bullish count. I'm just watching this right here so far, looking good. I'm looking for like 104, 105. And so of course that is going to be bearish short term no matter what. But the determining factor is just breaking above 107.53. Then I would say again that this is ABC move like that. And then we come down here to the demand zone. Either way, we're coming down to this area. It's just how is it going to play out? Are they going to make people wait on Bitcoin till 2025? Or are they going to do it right away and take it higher? Let's look at, but then here you got Solana. And so Solana is a little bit different. You have to look at the actual individual charts. You can't base everything on Bitcoin. On this one, I see impulse move. You can see here we get one up, retrace to 0.5 fib, and then we break above it right here, but I think that the third wave ended right here. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think that Solana is in a fourth wave right now, and I don't think that this one's debatable. There's just no way you can say that this is ABC. Even if you measure from right here, it just wouldn't make very much sense. It went way past the 1.61 fib. So even if this is 5 waves down, which it doesn't really matter, that could be A right here. It doesn't really matter. It went to a new low, so it could start a new impulse from here. I still think that Solana is more than likely in a fourth wave. Where would invalidation be on this? If it breaks below, I would say if it broke below like 51 bucks right here. If it gets below where this fourth wave was, then you're probably looking at this being a invalidated move and just following Bitcoin if Bitcoin was on that bearish path. But until then, we got a corrective move. We have weekly demand between 60 and 80 bucks. So you're looking at, even if Bitcoin's on that bearish path, Solana might still do this and at least make a new high. I don't know about going this high if Bitcoin's on the bearish path, but if Bitcoin does the bullish path, then we're looking at 250 on Solana. And until it's invalidated, I'm still sticking with it. It hasn't hit my target yet. I've been waiting here I have all my orders right in here. And so you can see right here, I'd probably put a stop below 51 bucks. So I have orders between 62 and I have a few up in the high 70s. We'll see what happens. And that's pretty much it. You can see that would be invalidation for sure. Look at it one more time. Because that would break the 0.38 fib, it would break this support zone. Then you're probably heading all the way back down here to this demand zone down here. So I just wanted to bring that up. Those are the possibilities for Bitcoin. Solana looks like a 5-wave move to me. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. The dollar, Solana, Bitcoin, and I guess one other thing, we look at 10-year yield. And I'll do a video maybe on the overall market later in the weekend. So on yields, I think this completed 5 waves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think that the 5th wave ended right here. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you get this move right here, which I think is an expanded flat. Didn't get to the 1.61 fib, and look at that, you get a first wave down. I still have that as a first wave down. So I think that the dollar, what I had originally for the bullish prediction for the dollar is correct. This is like that. So on yields, The only way this is incorrect is if this is a short C wave. But then even again on that, it's going to have to retrace more than that. If we got 5 waves from the bottom, oops. So 5 waves ended right here. I would still be looking for a retrace to way lower, maybe to at least like 1.62%, but not on this move right here. On this move, I'm looking for a maximum of 2.5%. What are we at right now? 4.12. So there are some gaps down here. But if this goes to, if that was a first wave and we're making a second wave right now, then you're looking at a move down here to 3.18 with the dollars going lower. And then you're looking at you're looking at something around like 2.6%. So I feel really good about the prediction about the dollar and the 10-year yield. Invalidation on this obviously is above 5%, but I don't think it's time to be bearish in the market yet. Of course, we're going to get that correction that I've been talking about over the next like month or two. Where are we at on the retracement here? We are at, so we need to come to at least 4.35% on yields, potentially all the way up here to 4.72%, and then that should be a second wave. Third wave, something like this. So that's going to be bullish for growth stocks. That should be bullish for most stocks, unless it like keeps on going down here, like way lower. But right around here is going to be like a sweet spot for all stocks when it comes down. So this will probably take into March, April, something like that, and then we'll come down here into the election. So that's pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to go over the bull bear case on Bitcoin and Solana, dollar, and on yields. I'll do a video later in the weekend going over the overall market, and I'm going to do a SoFi video later in the weekend. So I will talk to you here soon. Another video coming.